Another gorgeous day down here at the boat ramp, and this crew doesn't really seem to care much. These guys pulled in a little funky and a little fast and just kind of ran this Donzi up on the dock. I mean, nothing crazy, but it was just funny. The way it was done that they really didn't mind. They had better things to do with their day than worry about whether this boat was going to hit the dock or not. But it should make for an interesting scene. I'm curious to see how the pullout goes for these two. But things have gotten a little interesting. We finally got it on the trailer, but we got one of those guys on the dock. My man backed down the middle of the boat ramp, and he's left his door open. And so now we've got the other gentleman here trying to get his boat out, but he can't get his trailer back down the ramp because this guy decided he was just going to sit here in the middle of the ramp and leave his door open. This guy's got more patience than me that's in the white pickup truck here. I would have already walked over and closed this guy's door. But he's just going to try and back it down and see if he can make it around the door. And, I guess he's got the room, but man, I wouldn't even take my time messing with this headache. I would absolutely say something. Or just close the door and pray that I didn't lock their keys in the car when I did it. But our guy's going to sit here. He's going to reline it up. He's making his move. He's close to the ramp on this side, but it looks like he's got enough room, and at least we've got somebody with some skill here who's going to pull this off, because this could have gone wrong if it was somebody who really wasn't ready to do something like this. And it appears karma has come back to bite that guy. Our guy who was taking up the whole ramp with the door open can't get his boat out. They're sliding. They hit a certain point on the ramp. They start spinning tires, and they're stuck. And that one's probably karma just coming back and getting him a little bit for some poor boat ramp etiquette. This is going to be like the fourth time he's tried to pull this out now. He's getting deep. He's trying to get himself a running start here. But he's not really helping his case too much because he's getting his tires wet. And that's not going to help him in trying to get any grip. Yeah, he's still stuck. Now we've got this guy blocking the ramp again. Now, after multiple attempts of trying to pull out, it looks like our guy who has struggled here at the ramp today is going to get a little pull out. They've attached a strap to the front of his vehicle to the rear of this boat that's in front of him. I still haven't figured out, at no point did they try and readjust the trailer, obviously, and that's probably the issue, that they need to get this boat pulled a little bit further forward on the trailer, but we just never tried that. And they're still going to make it out due to the pullout, but I don't understand why they never once went back there and tried to restrap this boat down and get a little more weight on the tongue to help apply pressure to get this thing up. But they're going to make it out, and hopefully they have a good day. And here we go. We got cabin crew coming in. It's a little bit windy today, so we're dealing with some wind, a little bit of current. You can kind of see it in the water, the way the water's moving, and this cap's going to come to the inside angle, which he's going to have the current pushing him away from the dock, so this is always a fun approach to watch. And I don't see any kind of boat hooker in anybody's hand. I'm guessing we're going to have to see a leap here because this current's just going to start pushing him away. But everything's got to kind of happen fast. Coming in. He's got a bad angle. He's drifting toward the other boat. Oh, she goes for the leap, and she's got it. And, man, that was actually kind of a dangerous leap because Cap actually left the helm. And that's not something you want to do when you have anybody standing on the bow of the vessel like that. It's going to work out okay, but, man, she leapt from a pretty good distance and didn't even realize when she was leaping that there was nobody at the helm, that these guys had gone to go do the push-off from the other vessel. These guys hit the rocks. Unfortunately, we were looking at another spot over here when this happened, but we've come back to them, and they've got their prop pretty much out of the water, and they're starting to trim back down again, but Wifey was yelling and screaming at this guy. They hit the rocks over there. The tide's kind of low right now, and so some of the things you would normally be able to kind of go over in the ramp right now are exposed. Like, even if you look over here, you'll be able to see some of these rocks to the right of the first dock, and usually those are underwater. But it's a lot nicer when they're exposed and the boaters can see them. It's a little safer for everybody. But our guy's going to try and pull in here. And oh, We do. We've got another smoker down here. Somebody else, our second vehicle down at the ramp today, that's just not able to get it up. But he's got a wifey up here on the boat ramp. She's going to cheer him on. Let's see if we can get this one out without having to get pulled out. Or without having to readjust it on the trailer. I mean, he's got it. He's going to give her hell and try and get her done. I mean, he's going to smoke that tire all the way up the ramp. Probably going to need a new tire after this one, but he got it pulled out. I mean, they got the job done. You can't complain about that. Without any assistance as well, I mean, that's not a bad day at the ramp. And this crew, once again, is trying to pull into a dock against the current and the wind. It's just a tough one, man. We've watched a couple people struggle with this today, and these guys, they're going to be in the same boat. They're off the dock, and they're really not going to be able to just get over there. Oh, our cap's going to leave the helm and go for the full-on stretch. This is never a good idea to leave the helm like this, but, I mean, I guess he's got it in neutral. And after a pretty healthy stretch there, our cap is going to make it over. And we're going to get this one pulled in. And looks like we're going to have a little confusion here at the ramp. Not confusion, but a little bit of infighting over a ramp. So this center console is going to try and move in on this wake boat spot at the ramp, who's been sitting here eyeballing it up. Now they're figuring it out. Oh, you were waiting on that spot. But nobody's paying attention to the fact that somebody else is backing a trailer down to that spot, and neither one of them are getting it. And now our guy's kind of looking like, oh, crap, he's coming back down with the trailer. And usually the trailer's going to win in this circumstance because these guys aren't going to pull back out. They're just going to keep going. And now we're going to have another little infight here at the end as the wake boat tries to back out, and the center console says, no, well, you wanted that spot, you can have it. I'm going to go over here and take a different one. And man, this guy is not playing around. The technique's a little bit sloppy, but the speed was there. That's for sure. He was rushing it, and I mean, a little more of the S-turns than I would like to see, but I mean, I'll tell you what, he was straight getting it. He wasn't playing. It might be the back down of the day. Well, I spoke a little too soon. I said that might be the back down of the day, but then our ramp queen herself, Sizzle, has shown up. So she's got the patented move where she backs in all the way from the parking spot, as you can see all over here to the left, but she just happens to do it with a little more class than the red truck we just saw do it, or a little better approach and consistency. She doesn't quite have the same amount of S-turns involved. It's more of a straight line for her. But she's still one of the few people, actually really the only person we see down here at Boynton that does this. Most of the trucks will pull all the way around, come back and loop around in front of the ramp. She doesn't even waste her time with that. She does like we just saw. She just backs out of her parking spot and backs straight down to the ramp. I'm talking about just adding to the efficiency on this. But, you know, if you guys haven't checked her out, be sure to go check out Sizzle Offshore. They've got a great channel over there where they get out there and do a lot of fishing and have a lot of fun. And some pretty good content over there as well. And once again, she'll remain our boat ramp queen and our boat ramp champ for the day. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, be sure to check out our other channels. We have Wavy Boats, who gets a bunch of great content down there at Haulover Inlet. My channel, Broncos Guru, we do some great comedy boating videos over there as well. And we also have our channel, Boats vs. Haulover, where Man and Machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet in Miami, Florida. And if you haven't already, guys, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here as well.